Hello, and welcome to day 14 of Loving Your Journey. Today is the final day, and today we're celebrating you. We're celebrating your growth, your courage, and your commitment to self love. Over the past 14 days, you've shown up for yourself in ways big and small, and that deserves to be honored. So, in this final session, we'll use tapping, also known as EFT, to affirm your wholeness, acknowledge the journey, your journey, and anchor deep self-love into your energy. So if you're new to tapping, don't worry, I'll guide you through each step. So take a deep breath in and out, and let's begin. Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to day 14. I'm Nicole Love, also known as Nic. Welcome to the final day of this journey. Today we're going to be celebrating loving your journey, celebrating your wholeness. And today it's all about honoring the growth, the love, and the self-discovery that you cultivated over the past 14 days, over the past 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks. And I really want you to take this moment to pause and to reflect and to really recognize just how far you've come. I also want to say, no matter how many days you've gone through, celebrate yourself. You've shown up for yourself in some capacity, and that's what counts. That's what matters. So no matter what this journey has looked like for you, whether it felt like a deep transformation or simply just small but meaningful shifts, it all matters. It really, really does. You've shown up for yourself, and that in itself is something to celebrate. I think we don't put value in celebrating the small steps, but I think it's so important, and it reaffirms the commitment when we do celebrate those small steps. So remember, if you watched, I can't remember what day it is, but rewiring your mind, you'll understand the importance and the power of celebrating those small little steps, those small little journeys. In today's session, we're going to be using a tapping, and it's also known as EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And the reason why I wanted to introduce this on my channel, it's something that I do with myself. I've been introduced to this like, oh my goodness, I think it's like 15 plus years. It's been a long time. But I remember being really engaged and introduced to it in a crystal store by this random white man who I didn't even know, but was so lovely and just held the space for me to like really tap in. And that was like 15 plus years ago. I think it was much longer than that. But the irony is not lost on me that it was in a crystal store. This was before I was a crystal practitioner. So it's all, I'm just kind of thinking about that. Just kind of thinking about that. And as I think about the shifts in that experience, I want you to take this opportunity to embrace this new practice, this new process, if this is new for you. And before we get into it, I feel like I need to maybe talk about what tapping is. But one thing before I get into that, before we do go through the tapping process, be sure that you have your pen and a journal, because after the tapping session, I'm going to guide you through a reflection to help you carry this energy forward. So take a deep breath, settle into your space, and let's begin. What is tapping? EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. That's what EFT stands for. It is a very powerful mind-body practice that combines gentle tapping on specific acupressure points that take into consideration the meridian points along the body. And during that tapping on these specific acupressure points, on the body, you speak affirmations. And through that tapping and the spoken affirmations, it helps to release emotional blocks. It reduces stress and it promotes healing. And one of the things that I've come to realize the power of tapping, the purpose and the benefits of tapping, there's a lot of different um, things. There's a lot of benefits of tapping. You know what? Why don't I just go through them? The first one is it helps release stress and anxiety. It helps to calm your nervous system, and thus it reduces that emotional overwhelm because you're essentially moving energy and you're calming your nervous system by tapping into these different points on your body. So it helps to one connect to your body and connect to the energetic pathways by hitting these different tapping points along the body. So it calms your nervous system. It reduces the emotional overwhelm. So that's how it reduces your stress and your anxiety. And it also makes that connection to some supporting your emotional healing. It clears those calming beliefs and fears and self-doubt is when we're tapping, we're affirming positive words. And so with that, you're creating new neural pathways. I talked about like that again in I don't remember what day it is, but rewiring your brain, your thoughts, the power of your thoughts. And through hitting these meridian points, these energetic centers along the body, you're sending those electrical signals to your brain, activating, kind of waking it up. And as you speak those affirming phrases, affirmations along those different energetic points that you're tapping in, it's almost like you're recoding your system, is how I think of tapping. You're recoding your system. And that really helps to balance your energy flow, and it thus unblocks like stuck emotions, and it restores that inner harmony because we're recalibrating our system, we're recoding the system. And from that, it enhances self-love and confidence because it's this reinforcing through the positive self-affirmations and self-worth of recoding through speaking. And also we're tapping in and activating those energy centers, creating those new neural pathways. And all of what I've said, it encourages the mind body connection. I think this makes a lot of people understand that. The mind body connection, it encourages that because you strengthen your awareness of thoughts. You strengthen your awareness of your feelings, and you strengthen your awareness of the patterns. And so tapping is so simple because it's just once you know the points on the body, and you can literally just pick one point. You know, sometimes I can, like, if I feel myself anxious, I'll just be here on the collarbone tapping, and it provides me relief. You know, some people just kind of go here, some people go here, some people just tap on here. Tap wherever you want on your body. If you're like, I want to tap here, tap there. Listen to your intuition. Trust that your body is communicating, and you can't do it wrong. You can't do it wrong. It's better to try it, see how it feels in your body, and then make adjustments. All right, I'm going to stop yapping, and we're going to tap in. I didn't mean to say it in a way, but literally, we're going to tap into this process, and I'm going to guide you through this um, celebrating your wholeness tapping um, practice. All right, so we're going to get into our tapping practice here. Full transparency. I printed out this script here so I can make sure that I I knew what I wanted to say. I wanted to make sure that I had it down so I could be in the flow of tapping through this. So before we get started, I'm going to go over the tapping points. Starting off, we're going to tap on the karate. It's called the karate chop point. And we always start on the karate chop point. It's on the side of your hand here. And you start here with what's called the setup statement. And so this sets the intention and the focus for the session. So it's kind of like engaging. Remember how I said it's like you're recoding the system. So you're going in and coding the system. So it's setting up the system here. So it's like turning on, you're accessing the part in your brain where you can enter in the code, I guess is the terminology I would use. Lack of better, I just don't know the proper terminology. I think you get what I'm trying to say. So the karate chop point, we're going to start here. And then we're going to move, once we do the startup statement, when we move through the tapping points here, you're no longer going to use this setup point. So the tapping point are your brow right here, third eye, in between your eyes here. Some people actually tap here. Do whatever feels comfortable with you, for you. Then we have the side of eye. So you're tapping like right on the side of your eye here. Side of eye. And we have under eye, and it's right underneath. It's like really kind of on your cheekbone here, under eye. Then we have under nose, just tapping right here. Chin, your chin, collarbone, right under your collarbone, underarm. Some people do it at both times. I have large breasts. Okay, I just pick one arm to do. That's what I do, and then we have top of head. So eyebrows, side of eye, under nose, chin, collarbone, and underarm, and then top of head. That's considered one round, one pass through. So we're going to do 3 rounds of tapping, and each round is going to be centered with a specific intention. So we're going to hop through this. We're going to tap through this. Remember, you can't get it wrong. If you maybe forget which tapping point, if you're new to it, it's fine. Just pick a point and keep tapping, okay? It doesn't necessarily really matter. You just want to be sure that you're tapping so you can tap in that rewiring. So we're tapping in that code. Remember, we're coding the brain. We're tapping into the neuroplasticity of your brain. All right, let's get settled in, get comfortable, and we're going to get started. So we're going to start with the setup statement on the karate chop point, and you can repeat after me out loud, or you can repeat it silently in your head. So we're going to start on the karate chop point. Even though I may have doubted myself at times, I deeply love, honor, and accept myself. All right, still on the karate chop point here. Even though this journey has had ups and downs, I celebrate how far I've come. Still on the karate chop point. Even though I am still growing, I choose to embrace and love myself as I am. Okay, so now we're going to move into our tapping points. Eyebrow point. I've shown up for myself these past 14 days. Side of eye. I've allowed myself to grow, reflect, and heal. Under eye. Some moments were easy. Others were challenging, but I honored myself by being present. Chin. I celebrate the small and big shifts I've experienced. Collarbone. I have learned to love myself more deeply. Underarm. I acknowledge my journey with kindness. Top of head. I am exactly where I need to be. Eyebrow, round two. I am already whole, even as I continue growing. Side of eye. I release the belief that I need to be perfect. Under eye. I allow myself to love who I am fully. Under nose. My past, my present, my future, they all belong. Chin. Every version of me deserves love and grace. Collarbone. I trust in my ability to continue my journey. Underarm. I am enough just as I am. Top of head. I celebrate my wholeness today and every day. Round three, eyebrow point. I am grateful for this journey. Side of eye. I honor myself for taking this time. Under eye. I choose to carry forward love, acceptance, and joy. Under nose. I thank myself for showing up. Chin. I am my own source of love and support. Collarbone. I trust the wisdom I've gained. Underarm. I am proud of myself. Top of head. And I choose to continue loving myself every day. Relax your hands and take a deep breath in and exhale. Ooh. So grab your journals. I'm going to move into a journaling session. So I want to invite you to take this moment of stillness, encouraging you to tap into the gratitude and the self-honoring through this journaling practice, this journaling reflection. So for those that may need a prompt, if you don't need a prompt, that's fine. Just just flow with it, as I say. So the question would be, what will I carry forward from this journey of loving myself? What will I carry forward from this journey of loving myself? I encourage you to write freely, reflecting on your favorite moments, your biggest shifts, and how you want to continue your journey of self-love. So I'm going to leave some time. I'm going to hold the space for you on my end. I'm going to allow for, let's say, 10 minutes of journaling and reflection. So let's start. Let's get into it. And I'll let you know when 1 minute is remaining. 1 minute remaining. Okay. So in closing, I just want to remind you that this journey was about loving yourself. It was about honoring yourself and seeing yourself as whole. And my hope is that you carry this love with you. You let it guide you. You let it remind you that you're always enough. You're always enough. Always enough. So, thank you for joining me. I'm going to let this live here for however long, spirit guides me to leave this series here, but I can guarantee you it'll be here for a year for you to tap back in. Thank you for coming along with me. And what I would love to hear is, what's one thing you are carrying forward from this journey? And I want to remind you to celebrate every win that you have, every moment of joy, every moment that you showed up for yourself, to honor yourself, to love yourself. Celebrate that. And that's when you will start to tap in much more quickly to seeing yourself as whole. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the series. I hope that you will continue to support the journey and the process and allow me to help be that support system for you. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, to receive notifications of future videos and content similar to this, but hopefully going a little bit deeper. This was just at the surface level, right? But keep going, don't stop, come back to this whenever you want to, and I hope to see you in a future video. Bye. Thanks so much for watching.